or what is this paragraph about? And how did you know? Erin, what are you thinking?
Jackie Robinson.
Okay, what did you do to figure that out?
Because of the title, it said Jackie Robinson.
Okay.
And it was talking all about like where he plays, like what he's famous for.
Okay.
The books is Jackie Robinson. And the title is called Famous African American.
Okay, absolutely. What in this paragraph proved to you that it was about Jackie Robinson, Harry?
It said it and then it said it multiple times.
It said what multiple times?
Jackie Robinson.
Okay, it said his name multiple times. Let's do our again and again and again strategy. Eyes up here. Eyes up here. Let's read it. I'll highlight when we see Jackie Robinson. Or what if we don't see his name every time? What else are we looking for? Turn and talk. 5, 4, 3, 2, and I'm on 1. What other words are we looking for that will help us determine if it is him, Julia? All right, so some pronouns, okay? Eyes up here. Let's find them. So I'm going to reread. Jackie Robinson was the first African American player. Let's try again. Jackie Robinson was the first African American to play Major League Baseball. Robinson, so they used just his last name that time, played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Although he played multiple positions, he was most famous for playing second base. He was also an outstanding hitter and fast runner. So how many of you think that was enough again and again and again to prove it? Write it down.
7 times. 5.
Give me a thumbs up when you have it written down. So now what do we need to do? What's our next step? Thinking about our summary assistant. What are we looking for next? Who's got it? Ella, what are we looking for next? This guy. The what? The verb. So we want to know what Jackie Robinson did. Go back, reread. Let's find out. What did he do? Go.
She played in the Major League Baseball. What did he and first African American player?
I like how I see people pyramid it up when they have the answer or what they think might be the answer. All right, let's do a little sharing. So now we want to know, what did he do? What did he do? What was the big thing that he did? What do you think, Isla?
He was the first African American to play Major League Baseball.
Okay, the first African American player. Okay, what are you thinking?
Kind of like Isla, but just played baseball.
So he played baseball. Okay, what are you thinking? Played Major League Baseball. You too? All right. Why? I'm curious. Why did some of you decide to include played Major League Baseball? Why was that important to include? Why do you think that was important to include?
Because he might have not been as famous if he just played minor.
Okay, and that is what he's famous for, being the first Major League African American player. All right, so how many of you think we should write that he was the first African American Major League player? I think that's important to include. All right, write it down. Good job. Write that down.
She did
Get that jotted down. Come on, do your job. So what did he do? He was the first African American Major League player, right? Go on now. kind of tie that up here in the next 30 seconds. So he was the first African American to play Major League Baseball. I noticed, fourth graders, I noticed that that's the first line of that paragraph. Okay, that kind of gave us a clue as to what was coming in that paragraph. And as a good reader, that's a strategy I use quite a bit. And I'm using that first topic sentence maybe when I'm reading. Okay, so our next step, we have some more boxes to fill in. We need to find out where he was the first African American player. We need to find, so where? That could be a place, right? That could be maybe not a proper noun kind of place, but it could be a different kind of place. We might not find it. We need to be detectives, okay? Turn and talk with your partner. See if you can find that where.
The Brooklyn Dodgers.
You have an idea? What do you think? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So as I was eavesdropping, walking around, I was hearing a couple different answers. I was hearing, well, in the United States, or nope, we don't have enough information, or maybe it was Brooklyn. Maybe. Did anyone else think anything differently than those? Eden, what were you thinking?
Mine was really close to the one that you said on the book. I put on the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Why? I think you're right.
Because-
Why?
Because that's where he played.
Okay, and when you go back in that paragraph, where does it talk about? Where was he, the first African American?
He was on the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Absolutely. That one, we have enough information. I can go find it right here. He played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. It happened in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is our where.
But that's kind of inferring.
No, Brooklyn's a place.
Yeah, but that's kind of inferring because it's not saying Brooklyn, it's saying the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yeah, because it's in the city that he plays in. It's in Brooklyn, but their name is Dodgers.
Yeah, but he could play somewhere else.
All right,
No,
so
they don't.
I'm thinking about this, all right, in Brooklyn Dodgers, the Minnesota Twins, the Milwaukee Brewers, baseball teams, they always tell you where that, or where that team is being. Okay, that's where that team practices and has their games. Okay? Good reading detectives. How many of you were thinking the same thing?
But that's using your skin.
Not really, because the word is right there. Brooklyn is right there. I didn't infer that he was playing for the Milwaukee Dodgers or the Minnesota Dodgers. They told me Brooklyn Dodgers. Okay? Good conversation though. I like how you guys are thinking. I like how you're thinking. That's what this is all about. Okay, Spence?
I was just wondering, it says like he was the first African American and everything ties back to the what is. So if he was the first African American player, isn't that one thing that like multiple games? Or like multiple games in baseball?
I don't know. We're going to read on and we're going to see where other things can fit in. Okay, so let's write down Brooklyn for our where. Now I want to know when. When was this happening? When was he the first African American player? Turn and talk. Hey, don't make him do the work. All right, how many of you have an idea where this, when this is taking place? Without inferring, okay? When is this taking place? What do you think we should do in that box? What do you think we should do there? one I heard from. Cooper, what do you think?
Yeah, no, it doesn't tell you anything. It doesn't tell you a year or anything.
Okay, Cooper says that we should probably put an X there. It doesn't tell you a year. Let's go back and reread. Let's go back and reread, everybody. Will you read with me? Ready? Go. Jackie Robinson was the first African American player. Whoa, I did it again. I'm so sorry. Start over. Jackie Robinson was the first African American to play Major League Baseball. Robinson played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Although he played multiple positions, he was most famous for playing second base. He was also an outstanding hitter and fast runner. Did it give us any dates? No? I agree. Let's put an X there. Sometimes we don't find everything. All right. Moving on, I want to know, on my summary assistant, the next box is how. I want to know, how did he become the first African American player in the major leagues? How did that happen? All right, turn it Don't think so? Maybe. So what are we thinking? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What were we thinking about the how? I heard a lot of people say, I'm going to put an X there. I don't think there was enough to determine how he became that first African American major league player. Okay, maybe. Did anyone think anything differently though? Once you read it a little more deeply, I was kind of debating something else also. What were you thinking, Bella? That's kind of, did you hear what Bella said? Can you say that again?
He was an outstanding player.
All right, so fourth graders, if you look up here in that paragraph, okay, he was an outstanding hitter and he was a fast runner. Well, I know that if you're going to make the major leagues, this is a little inferring, but not really because it does say he was outstanding. We didn't guess that. I'm wondering if we could put that as our how he became, because they wouldn't pick somebody that wasn't outstanding, right? They wouldn't. You wouldn't make the major leagues, especially if you were an African American in this time. So I'm thinking that this part, I would put outstanding hitter, fast runner. I'm guessing that, because it says it right here. I'm kind of tying those two things together. Okay, Neva?
I thought the same exact thing as Bella because at first I didn't think there was anything, neither did my partner, and then I reread it and I said there was an outstanding hitter.
All right, I like how you're reading really hard, guys. You're really doing a lot of good thinking. Would you make sure that this gets attached to your clipboard?